Hi guys, continuing from the last lesson, we will now write a sample C# program that utilizes the primitive data types we discussed so far. So let me start the Visual Studio, and on this screen we will create a new project now. We will again choose a console application. So you can pick it from the left hand pane, which is recent projects, it says console application, or from the right hand pane where it says console application again, which is C#. So if we click on next here, this time we name it as data types, and we'll leave everything else default for the time being and click on the next button. We'll keep .NET Framework 5.0 and click on the create button. To save time, I am just gonna paste the code in these curly brackets in the main method. But what you should do is you should type the code yourself in the coding window so that you get the hang of it. I will put the link to download code in the description of the video. So let me quickly go through the code. If you see, in the beginning we have defined an int data type, and the variable name is int number, and the value has been assigned directly with an equal to sign. So this is called initializing the value while declaring it. And on the next line we have declared a byte type number, and the variable name is byte number, but we just put a semicolon after that and initialize it in the next line where we say byte number equal to 200. Remember that its maximum value can only be 255. If you try to put more value in there, let's try that. If we put 260, it will show an error message. Constant value 260 cannot be converted to a byte because it is too big number for a byte. So we need to say, let's put 255. 255 is okay with that. Again, we have declared a float type variable called float number, and value is 123.45, and we have to put an F in the end of the number to denote that it is a float number. If we see the next line where we have declared a double number, we do not need to suffix it with anything because double is the default floating point data type in C#, so it doesn't need any suffix. Next, we have declared a decimal number of type decimal. We need to suffix it with letter M to denote it is a decimal number. Again, we have declared a boolean flag variable of type bool whose value is true. Then we have defined a char variable of type char which can store only a single character, and put any value g in there. And then there are a couple of console.writeLine statements to display these values on the console window. Here, if you notice, we are displaying the name of the variable, colon, then there is a space, then there is a plus sign, and then the variable name. We will see in later videos, but this plus sign is not adding this number to the string value. It is just joining these two values and displaying on the screen. It's called concatenation. Finally, we use a new method from console where instead of saying read line, we are just saying read key. It will read any key from the keyboard and finish the program in the end. So let's try to run this program now. So if I just click on this green arrow button, Visual Studio will compile this code and show us a console window. So it is compiling, and you will see this window. If you look at the results, we have got int number, colon, and the value of the int, and the value of byte is there. Float number is displayed, double number is displayed. Similarly, all the values are displayed. Now it is waiting for any key to be pressed on the keyboard, and when we do that, the program closes. So far we have learned what the data types are within C#. As you can see on screen, these are all primitive data types, and we have learned how to declare variables using those data types, and how to assign values to those variables, and how to use those variables in various statements. If you haven't done already, please do subscribe, share, and like the video, because that really encourages me to create more.